My name is Hayden Baker and welcome back to Hayden Cinema, and today we're going to be talking about the movie Final Destination 5. So Final Destination 5, the fifth in what we thought was the final destination up until this Thursday actually, which I'm so excited to see Bloodlines and also to finally wrap up this review series that some of it's been pretty dreadful. But basically, the setup for this movie is that you have our lead here, Sam, who is going through a breakup. He wants to be a class Michelin star chef, and he is on a trip to Paris, I believe, with his peers on this bus, and then he has the premonition of the crash, and then he tries to stop the chain of deaths. But as always, before I get into my review, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, hit that like button also. So starting off with positives right off the bat, the characters in this one are some of the worst and some of the best, but I enjoy actually each and every single one of them, for better or for worse. You got one character in here he plays the typical douchebag, but I'd find him insanely hilarious and just I can't take him serious, but I think that's what he was written for. And also the other movies that he's in, he typically plays the same type of person. And then our lead here, Sam, I thought that he is easily probably the worst. I hate saying this, but maybe the least best acted. I'm not trying to be harsh. I like who he is. Forgive me for forgetting his name. I think I seen him first in the movie Fired Up, which I love that movie. It's a great PG-13 movie, comedy. But anyway, nonetheless, our lead here is still as a character is still an easy lead to follow. You still care for this character. None of these Final Destination movies have amazing characters, and I don't go into them expecting that. But yeah, and from my last watch to this one, I did find myself actually caring more for this character than I did the last time. There's also a bit of a cohesive story here with, Sam going through his breakup and then him trying to make it to Paris and wanting to become a chef and living out his dreams, all the while dealing with this crazy death trap in every corner looking over his shoulder, and then he really doesn't even care. He wants Molly back. He wants his life back, and also he wants to fulfill his dreams while having all of that back. And so that is a bit of a story to hold on to, and it's a nice story to chew on throughout this movie with all the crazy hijinks and all the deaths that come along with it. Now, the entire franchise, most of the premonitions are badass except for part 4, but this one is my second favorite next to the log truck. I thought this one was really tense and also really enjoyable to watch. Now, CGI is rough. I will get into my negatives, but as far as the good goes with this movie, I still enjoyed this premonition a lot, and again, it is my second favorite one. Also, the kills are pretty outstanding. This one has the two kills that I cannot watch, and it makes me squinch every time. It is so hard for me to watch these two kills, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, and it's the balance beam. That makes me tense and just flinch every single time, and I just cringes watching it. And then the eyeball, the LASIK surgery. No. I don't have the best eyesight. When I first started my channel, I was wearing glasses. I still wear them every once in a while, but I just don't like wearing glasses. And I will never get LASIK surgery. I don't care how much money in the future that I make, I will never get LASIK. And it's mainly because of this movie, but also I can't even do eye drops. Just my eyeballs, leave them alone. I can't touch them. So just, yeah, and they're the most effective kills for me. I absolutely love how this movie, spoiler by the way, all of these reviews are spoilers. So, but the way that this story actually comes full circle, it was quite a shock. I think for probably everyone that this movie comes full circle with the first movie and ties in very seamlessly almost. There's also with the story, building more onto that and it coming full circle, the story of revenge, that you not only have death itself coming after a couple of people, that you also have a character that also becomes the antagonist of the story. And now that's not something unfamiliar with this franchise. Again, with the other ones, you still kind of have that, and today, Junior. The tension with the other friends in the movies, you definitely have that. But with this one, it does feel a lot more personal, and it actually makes sense. And it's not that this dude wanted to kill Sam and Molly for what for the deaths and the premonition. He wanted to kill them because he lost his girlfriend, and he blames that on Sam, and it's that is believable, and that is, I guess, a decent revenge tour to take. Also, Tony Todd is back in this one. Love Tony Todd, and I always have, always will. I am excited to see this movie regardless of him, and I feel very fortunate to be able to experience him in this iconic role that he has built over the years. And yeah, I think that we as an audience are very fortunate to be able to see this one last time. Now, moving on into my mixed feelings towards the movie, I will say, like I said with our lead Sam, that I don't. There's a good bit of acting here that isn't believable. That um, yeah, it's a lot of mid acting. It's rough to not cringe at almost. But it's still a decent time if you can get past the acting. Also, the mixed aspect I have for the story is that yes, I love the relationship building, and then the dreams and trying to live out your life after the events of the premonition and the accident. However, I was not I did not believe the love story like whatsoever. I thought that's along with acting. I wasn't convinced in any way, shape, or form. And there's no there's no it's very tone deaf almost. But it does not weigh down my score whatsoever. What does weigh my score is the downside of Final Destination 5 is, of course, the sloppy CGI, that they did not learn their lesson with Part 4, that they carried that money all the way left into the bank and they made it again. However, this time it actually had a good story. There was some decent acting, and it was still very entertaining. And not all of it was CGI, but it's still CGI to hell, especially the opening accident that unfolds the plot of the movie. And if you know me, I can't stand CGI. But however, it's not as nauseating and disgusting as Part 4. Such a disgrace that damn movie is. But this one isn't as bad. So overall, I still thoroughly enjoy this movie. It is one of my favorite Final Destination movies. I will be doing my Final Destination ranking after Final Destination 6 Bloodlines comes out. So keep an eye out for that. I know this was a really short review. I really don't have a whole lot to say about these movies anymore. I'm ready to see Final Destination 6. So yeah, it's just another Final Destination movie. It's better. It's among the best of the franchise. I'm hoping Final Destination 6 is going to be better than this one, because if it is, it has a high chance of being my favorite. But yeah, overall, other than the CGI and some of the terrible acting that's in this movie, I thought that it was a fun time. It's not something I'm skipping on a binge. It's something I'm very look forward to during a binge of this franchise. Not that I do that often, if hardly ever. But yeah, so I'm giving Final Destination 5 a 3.25 out of 5. It was almost a 3.5, but the CGI really weighs it down, and then the acting and my investment into the love story weighs it down a little bit too, so that's what I'm giving this one. What are your thoughts of Final Destination 5? Please let me know down in the comments, and let me know your favorite ones. Give me your ranking of the whole franchise. I'd love to hear them all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit your notification bell, click that like button if you like this review. And if you like this review, I still have more reviews out there. I do have my 1 through 4 Final Destination reviews out now, and I will be having Final Destination Bloodlines review out a couple of days after the movie comes out this Thursday, May 16th. So keep an eye out for that as well. I hope you enjoyed watching this video just as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I'll see y'all next time.